When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Glad to have you with us from Gerald J. Ford Stadium in Dallas, home to the SMU Mustangs. As we'll see a playoff team from last year, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Mustangs will kick it off to get us underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Larson. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll go to the ground. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Back to pass on second down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Thompson. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Caught near the sideline, it's Coates. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And the Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Fires to the tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Leaves it with the back.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
He's got an open man. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Pressure coming. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man. It's Coates. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Now the play fake. He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, he fires. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. That's always going to extend the play, make it harder on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting it to the big fella at tight end.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
He'll ride his man on the option. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
If the offense continues to put drives like that together, this defense is in trouble. How about the balance, the ability to throw the football, run the football, keep the defense guessing, and then when it gets closer to the end zone, the physicality to punch it in. Great start for this offense.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. More. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. The Mustangs come to the line in the hurry-up. Scanning the field, it's Hawkins. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Wants to fire on second down. Pulls it in. It's Knight. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. And the Mustangs have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Moore. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Rides the back on the option to give. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Hard to imagine this is only their first drive of the game, but their defense was on the field for virtually an entire quarter. So, guys, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here to convert this 3rd down so their defense can stay on the sideline and get their win back.
And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the 2nd quarter. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Let's go. On the direct snap, it's Green. And he forced ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, SMU. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
3rd and goal, you're going to turn around and just give it to this guy who just has a nose for the end zone. He's able to find the crease and pay it off for his offense.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run, and then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
And what a great decision by the quarterback. Like it's such a timing and an art when you run this option. Like you want to get those guys to collapse on you like he does and get that pitch man open. And then you see now he has space to run down the field and make the big play.
Max going for the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Number 63, set to kick this one away.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. Right down the middle. Got his man downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Use the play fake, now to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. On the ground, it's Green. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, running back gets the give. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. And the Mustangs have their offense in high gear. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. With the catch, it's Green. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He's got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Gets it inside the 5, and now it'll be first and goal from the 4.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Down to 2 minutes to play, we'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. They've played keep away with the football, but if this defense can make one more stop on 3rd and goal, they might force a field goal attempt. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Man, it's 3rd and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but we got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity on 4th down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it. That this offense stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Bunch formation for these receivers. To the air on 1st down. He hurls one deep down the left side. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Slings it downfield. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Spins away from the defender. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the 1st down.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Finds his tight end. Finds a crease at the 20. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Running out of time here in the 1st half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to fire. He makes a grab. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Man, that was beautiful clock management. Great job by this offense, sustaining the drive, not getting too much in a panic, and finishing the drive with a touchdown with not a lot of time on the clock.
get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Yellow Jackets will kick it off to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll have setting up for the extra point and the top.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Yeah, the offense was trying to go draw, make it look like pass, but I'll tell you, the linebackers weren't fooled. They came down hard quickly, got into the backfield, and got the tackle for loss.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He uncorks one deep. Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on 3rd down, doesn't convert this time. And the Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at them. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success.
Turning it on! Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Yeah, nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Makes the catch. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. And the Mustangs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Mustangs look to keep this drive humming. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Grabbed in the backfield, it's Cooper. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
The give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. It's complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done, though.
Great shot at a field goal from here. You don't want to be reckless and take it off the board, but you got to go for the score. And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down brings us to 4th.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, and everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw a pick? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Green. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. They haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space so he can make some plays.
And the Mustangs are threatening in the red zone. Looking to throw, it's Hawkins. On target. Touchdown, Mustangs! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And we haven't called his name a lot, and I think this offense, they need to find a way to continue to manufacture touches for the big tight end. And I don't care how you do it. I don't care where you line him up. He's that good, and if I'm this offense, I'm going to find him more often.
The Yellow Jackets can really attack on this 2nd and short. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Unloads to the wideout. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Rides to back and leaves it. Got the first down and still on his feet. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Caught in the backfield, it's Knight. Inside the 15. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, SMU! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And, man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
Motion from the wideout. They'll start this drive with a pass. With the catch, it's Coates. Still on his feet at the 45. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Second down, he'll throw it. The screen, he can go. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Hey, third down and short, you know the quarterback absolutely is going to be a part of the run game. The defense was not fooled, flew up, made the tackle, stick that fist in the air, fourth down coming.
Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going.
Well, you got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit. forcing that incompletion.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Sends it back in motion. To the air, it's Hawkins. Bringing the heat. Did the work himself. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
And how nice is it to just have a quarterback that you believe in, that you can trust, you can put it in his hands on 3rd down to make the right decision. You've got the lead, and you've got your guy. He sees it, nothing open, tucks it, gets a huge 3rd down conversion for this offense.
The Mustangs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover?
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play.
Got some room to run. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Out of bounds at the 38. And that's
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's 1st down from the 38. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Thompson. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
The give to the tailback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. He'll pull it down. He's got it out of bounds at the 41-yard line.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. Makes the catch. It's Combs. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. There he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
And that's exactly what this defense is going to have to do late in this football game. They understand the situation. They're in the full 2-minute drill. They're playing pass, but understanding the quarterback can still run. Nice job playing pass, playing coverage first, protecting yourself, and then rallying to the football and getting the quarterback on the ground.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
Massive score, now massive decision-making. Obviously, extra point ties the football game. Easy peasy, nice job. A 2-point conversion, you win this thing. So I would kick it, but you know what? If you want to go for it, that's your decision.
And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
What a big play for this defense in a critical moment. You cannot allow them to convert that 2-point play, right? Because if they do, all of a sudden it's a field goal game. Great job stepping up and making something happen at a massive moment.
Just over 30 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and they've got to get it to have a shot. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. the SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
And I think the offensive coordinator will be a little frustrated at that play because obviously it didn't go anywhere, and that's fine if you don't get any yardage, but we're under 2 minutes. You know, we've got the lead. We want that clock to be our friend and to tick, running out of bounds, stopping it, really keeping this defense in the football game.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Quick release on the RPO. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. They'll unleash the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. On the snap, it's Green. Powers through the defender. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? 4th down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, David.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical, watch it go to zeros.
They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.